Good day, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. This is Viper House of Viperland, and I am back here in Bravely Default 2. Don't know why it seems to be just the Switch that causes those random issues with the Elgato cards. They're easy to fix, but I don't know why it keeps happening. But hey, we back. We finished the Second Town main story yesterday, and now we're here for side quests and whatnot. The boat got me enough JP orbs to master 2 more jobs, so we got a lot of people on a lot of new jobs. Red Mage was mastered and Ranger was mastered. We're still keeping Gloria in full fist mode. Might swap around some passes and stuff at some point, but for now we got what we got. And I wasn't really sure what to put Elvis as, so I just went screw it, Bard. It works, I guess. There's no real reason for it. I was just like, fine.
Smell that.
Smell what?
You're joking, right?
Now we got more support, I guess.
Beautiful.
It's fine. Also, hey Mint, how you doing? Welcome to Viperland of the chat.
Oh, I've not come across that sweet, sweet aroma for a good old while. Excuse me, pal. You've got some Mandarin tea in, eh?
Mandarin tea.
Those are
Alright.
you.
I got my vanilla caramel tea today.
Well, I
Still a little
wouldn't
too
say
hot to
that,
drink,
I
but
know my
soon.
Mandarin tea at least. Used to drink buckets of the stuff.
Buckets of it. I like tea. I can't imagine a bucket of tea though.
That would explain it then.
I just can't.
Aye, it's a flavour that's hard to forget, that's for sure. I'd offer you some, but we've just this minute sold out, I'm afraid.
Oh, just the lingering smell of something you like.
Ah, you're kidding me. Talk about getting a fellow's hopes up. So, what I can smell is my chances of having a cup wafting out of the door.
That's
Oh, well,
the
just
case.
perfect.
That's just perfect.
Sorry, I really am. Tell you what.
I mean, it's not
if I
shopkeeper's
ever get some
fault.
more in, I'll set you a bag aside. How about that?
It's not the shopkeeper's fault. He sold
That's
merchandise,
nice of
but
you and all, but I'm a travelling man. I'll probably be long gone by then. Ah, typical.
man, don't give the shopkeeper a hard
That's all I
time.
can think of now. But honestly, you've got to try it. There's a reason they call it the tea lover's tea of teas.
The tea lover's tea of teas. That's one too many teas.
Wow. That does sound pretty special.
So special that after I introduced it to my family, they started having it made by special appointment, no less.
Oh man.
I thought I recognized you. You're a Leslie, eh? No wonder you know your tea. Your lot used to be my
Elvis
best
Leslie.
customers.
God damn it. Of course his name is Elvis Leslie. God damn it. Of course it would be. Of course his name would be Elvis Leslie.
Well, if that's the case, then maybe
I don't know
you
why I'm
dig around in the
surprised.
stockroom and see what you can find for old time's sake.
All the better that we put him as a bard while we
I'd
found that
love
out
to
then,
help you,
right?
laddie. But I really have run out. And the only way to get more is to hunt down a Lairad or two.
This is why we're doing the side quest for
Problem with that being that you don't see so many
Ooh.
of them around our way these days. To be honest, it was a bit of a miracle that I managed to get my hands on that last batch.
yeah, we got the fortress and the painter at the end of last night's stream. But also, hey Sir Jude, welcome to Viperland of the chat. Those were the last two at the end of this town. So that was about where we wrapped up. And hey Sor, storing yourself. It's okay, see? You use Zelda Final Smash yourself now and get reborn as Mithra and Pyra. Reference so much. Yeah, honestly, me too. Like, I don't hate it. It's not bad. But it's just like, why, I guess.
Yeah. What a pickle, eh? Well, looks like there's only one thing for it. Ahem.
You're planning on hunting some of these things down yourself?
Of course I am. How else are we supposed to get our hands on these tea leaves?
Wait.
Go hunting
We?
stuff. Behind your work screen. Heck yeah. Hope
Aye.
work's going well.
Or were you planning on making me do it on my own? Look, you'll thank me when you've tried this tea, I promise you. It's going to blow your tiny little mind. Or my name's not Elvis, Baron of Beverages.
But that's not your... Okay, that's
Aye.
fine.
And I'll pay you a pretty penny for any you can't use as well.
I mean,
Got
I like the
yourself a
getting
deal,
paid
my
bit.
friend. Alrighty, a hunting we will go.
That's a few stars. Mandarin tea is the lover's tea of teas. Want you to all have a wee cuppa. It'll blow your tiny minds. But to get those precious leaves, we need to hunt down a Layrad or two. We need 3 of them, and we get some MP boosters. Heck yeah. Where exactly they are, who knows? Let's just head out. We're rested up enough, right? Yeah, we're rested up enough. Just save while we're in the menu. Yeah, technically it's called Pictomancer, but yes. There you go, Pictomancer. We paint. We paint very well. We paint very well. Also paint all over our clothes, but you know, who needs a painter's smock? Yeah, it's buffs and debuffs. The light and dark spell is going to come in handy. That's so far the first consistent way we can cast it, though it's expensive. It's also pretty far down on the level list. I mean, it still seems handy. I feel like overall, if I was going to go with somebody for support right now, I'd probably go Bard over it, but who knows? I've also mastered Bard. Also, Bard can't debuff. Bard can buff itself, but it can't do anything about the enemies. I don't think that's what we're supposed to be hitting. I'm not actually sure what we are supposed to be hunting. Nope, not those. Ah, well, whatever. Push the world. I mean, what better way to tame beasts than with your fists, right? Oh, hold on, we can actually, let's say. We can raise our own physical attack.
Right, let's see.
I don't know if it'll matter, but... It does seem very strong. I don't think it definitely doesn't have like 100% chance to be applied, but it seems really strong when it works. Yeah, so the Pictomancer has a status that just makes them 1 stage more vulnerable to everything. Every weapon type, every spell type. Just, you're 1 stage more vulnerable. If you absorbed it, you nullify it. If you nullify it, you resist it. If you resist it, you don't. And if you don't resist it, you are vulnerable to it. Oh, it's gotta be the little plants, though. That's where you get tea leaves from. Makes sense. No, that's not it, though. Costs 45 MP to attempt to daub something. You know what? Attempt it. Block yourself and slap it twice with a staff. Well, hey, it worked. I also just visually like the look of it. Alright, well they're vulnerable to everything now. Try to capture once, and then just beat it up if it doesn't work. Well, too late, you're dead now. We will have to start doing some singing with Elvis, just to get a special going. Put the spotlight. Disenchanting Wall. Ooh, we have more booster buns. I guess I could check my best area to see which monster we're looking for, but yeah, we'll find them. Aim is going to Gloria. I feel like at some point we should start spreading it around a little bit, though. Oh, it's a chest here, I didn't notice. Thank you. Don't really know what we're waiting to spawn. The heckin' thing spawns, yo. Like, I'm sure it can spawn other places too. Oh, no, that's just one of these. Oh, but we missed this one too. Damn, we're just missing treasure chests everywhere. Mithril shield. Already got some, but... Oh, there we go. That's what we're waiting for. Oh, yeah.
You're in for a treat.
Very well.
Yep, that's what we're supposed to fight. Significant delay in the next action. Nah, just punch him. Still about 400 to 500 of attack.
Another foe vanquished.
I mean, that works.
Too easy.
Aha, 1 T. However, we need more. Three more. I don't really know how to get that thing to specifically spawn. I'm just kind of clearing the path just for something to do. Like, we know it'll spawn here, it's just a matter of what will make it spawn. I don't know if I have to, like, fight other things in the area first. I don't actually know how this works. You know what, though? Do we have plant food? Humanoid, aquatic, insect, plant. Yeah, we got plant food. Alright, plant out. They ran far away anyway. Well, that was maybe not the best thought out plan in my days. Ah, yes, come this way. Other plant. Yes, you come this way. Yes, yes! Oh, beautiful. Okay, that's the one. Gonna get some JP out of this, yeah.
The initiative is ours.
Magical attack, also cool. So it's only no MP when I use it on myself, but nothing's really stopping me from using it there. Oh wait, no, it'll still be a debuff if we do it there. It's only a buff if we put it on ourselves. I guess it works. I was getting things wrong.
Brace yourself.
Oh, what's next, I wonder?
I don't know if I was going to take a few more of them down, but okay. Keep hitting them.
That'll do nicely. That'll do nicely.
Let me see. Your tail ends here.
With no weapon on and hugely boosted speed, Gloria gets a turn so fast.
No, still standing.
So fast.
Guess it's my turn.
All right.
Stay focused, everyone.
There's one tree. Does she keep the boost? No. Okay, she doesn't even keep the boost, so. Splatter the tree?
This should do it.
I tried. Actually, do you know what? Kill the wabbits. We know they've got insta-kill attacks. Get them out of here.
We must not grow complacent. Your tail ends here. I'm up, huh?
Last thing we need is insta-kill hits coming through. Dreaded Viper. That's unfortunate, but okay. That stings nothing. Wing slash is nothing.
Here I go.
Could be able to get the insect down at least. Oh yeah, for sure. The thing is, it's actually meant for debuffs, but their passive is they can use those debuffs on themselves, which turns it into a buff and makes it cost no MP. That's their starting passive, that they can do it on themselves too.
Better be ready for this.
Which I think is a nifty idea. I honestly like it. Oh, of course the tree absorbs water. Well, rip that BP. Not getting that back. Ah, well, it's fine. Let's do some of this.
That can't be nice.
Yeah, so when if you see the self-expression, it's because I painted myself. Let's purge it from Gloria. I don't actually care that it's on Viper. I do care that it's on Gloria. Stone.
What's the plan?
Oh, half damage.
Sorry.
Damn
Don't
hiccups.
take it personally. We are not finished yet.
And a bunch of
Let me
plants.
see.
Just gonna do this. Focus is very slow. Well, a good part of speed, besides your character speed, is how heavy your gear is. The lighter your gear, the faster your turn comes around. He already doesn't have good speed, and his gear heavy. Very heavy. He's got a passive that lets him wield 2 shields, but if he does that, he can't attack. He has no basic attack. But he turns into a wall, like, just straight up a wall. I don't have much I can do now, so let's just, Oh, I gotta make sure we're stocked up on status stuff. We had to use a bunch last fight.
That was nothing. Nothing to
Whereas
worry about.
Gloria, who's not wielding a weapon and is already super speedy, you'll notice her turn comes up all the time. All the time. So just buff our attack twice and then slap it. I could probably equip her with a like weapon and do even better, honestly. Just hit it with basic fire.
Come and get it.
Oh yeah, his health is ridiculous with all this gear. It's actually ridiculous. I love it. Well, remove elements. I believe so, yeah. Like purify or something like that. It doesn't specify which ailments, but I'm just gonna assume lots. Honestly, they're gonna counterattack again anyway, but who cares?
Try this for size.
Hey, no counter. Cool.
That'll do nicely. No rest for the wicked, eh?
We're gonna get some. We're gonna get some heckin' BP out of this, yeah. Oh, Pyra, screw it.
Come and get it.
Also, Master Red Mage ability is actually crazy. Every time you cast a spell, it casts it a second time at no extra MP. It's pretty nice sounding. Pretty decent sounding. I should make a good Red Mage sub. Yeah, no, that checks out. Even more so because, again, if those count as spells, hell yeah. Yeah, oh, dark and lighter spells? They should be, I'd think. Yeah, that would also make a lot of sense. Let's keep that buff up, I guess, and slap some rabbits. Imagine if I put an actual weapon on her. I should do that after this.
Okay, what's the plan? I'm going all in!
I don't really have much crazy things to do. Screw it, smack the rabbits. That's not a rabbit.
Sorry, pal. Right on the money. On to the next one. That was a good one.
It's nothing.
Woohoo! Just sidestep out the way.
To arms. Brace yourself. A mere
Haha.
scratch.
No paralysis for me. Oh, one still lives? Alright, fine.
Our quest must go
1000 JP. Consecutive battle bonus times 3. Okay.
This feels
Cool.
One must
Decent.
never stop learning.
acceptable.
Hooray! Another step in the right
They
direction.
learned a few things.
This is interesting.
So
I'm just gonna let it play out. I could skip it.
Onwards and upwards.
one must never stop learning.
Woo! I like what I'm seeing here.
Hooray!
And actually, the end? Holy moly. 7 remedies, 2 soul foods, 2 booster buns, Beastly Fang, Bugwing, Wallflower, and 1 tea. So we still need to fight another of those guys, but that went okay. That went okay. Holy moly. I'm definitely starting to think her aim is good enough for now that I should maybe spread aim around to other people a little bit. So we'll put 1 on her. We'll put 1 on Viper. Oh, probably, yeah. Let's get some healing going. Yeah, it feels like you can really mess around with stuff and have fun early on in this one. Still says it wants an oak staff, really? And it says she's good at glaives, too. That wind on? Yeah, there you go. You wear the other shield. Type Wind Shield is so heavy, but it's so good. For now, we'll have her not wear it, though. Unless... I don't think there's another way we can lower weight too drastically. Actually, that might help. Still like what happened to that. And we had wind and... So we have wind and rock. Oh, wind and lightning, that's why. So far it hasn't really come up, but I kind of like the idea of her just absorbing 2 elements. Good time. Just straight up, oh, heckin' poison. A few heckin' poisons, actually. Problem solved. 33. Well, again, I'm on a super tanky class right now on him that doesn't do a lot of damage. So, like, yeah, it's tanky. Don't get me wrong. But it's basically just all the job's gonna do is be tanky. Take damage for other people. It's got a strange ability. He's got a thing where 50% of the damage he deals for a while, or gets dealt for a while, gets reflected back at the enemies. But when you're that tanky, you don't really take big damage. So it's almost better on a squishy class. It's almost better on Elvis. Put it on Elvis and just have him one-shot whoever attacks him. He takes a ton of damage, they take half a ton of
They're
damage.
sitting ducks.
Easy peasy.
Okay.
So let's just see what a theoretical 2 disarmings, 2 attacks would do.
Oh, did I
Okay.
Who's next?
Right.
Wouldn't call it the greatest damage out there, but it works.
Where that came from.
There is more yet to come.
And it gives us another weapon type, so if nothing else, that's good.
Another foe.
Oh, it will reduce her healing a bit.
Your tale ends here.
Okay, what's the plan?
Let's go attack on a target. Heavier the equipment in the user's left hand, the greater the damage. It's going to be effective on confused targets. Let's see how much damage it'll do. Still body slam is better.
Bring it on. Another one
bites the dust.
I am beginning to feel like a warrior.
Only 100
I am
JP?
stronger.
I almost
I
feel
can
ripped off
feel
now.
it.
After that 1,000, 100 is just like, eh. Yeah, guess we'll slap some aim. Do you know what? Over there. Why not? Gloria's already got a lot of aim. Down everything in the area, wait for a tree to spawn. Instead we just get more bugs. Don't want more bugs, I want a big tree. We can cut down all these. Oh, 71 peak. Yeah, run away, little wabbit. Ah, the buff wore off. There we go. That's not too bad. It's got a little longer respawn time, but it could be worse. Just called Shieldmaster? Yeah, it's basically a fortress, though.
I'm up, huh?
Like, it's a fortress.
Oh, did I hit a wrong note? I got another one. Allow me.
Hit them all.
It's now or never.
That uses a bit of MP instead of BP, but it works.
This feels good.
Got some fast hands. Oh, that's the other thing, Jude. I don't know if that's the one that I just got, but I think I end up with a passive that makes it so that like some amount of my gear doesn't negatively affect my speed.
Nobody's gonna be running
So
short
at
of
some
your
point we can
favorite
make him a
team now,
faster
huh?
tank if we want.
Aye, and I couldn't have done it without you. I owe you big time for this one, old pal. Now, prepare yourself for a cuppa that'll change your life. Ah, well, let's go and offload the surplus first, eh? Business before pleasure.
Let's see, that might have been the one too. Any speed reductions caused by equipment in either hand become speed bonuses instead. Yeah. So just as a idea, that would change it from our speed of 56 to 74, which isn't actually that crazy. I wonder if we have a weapon that gives us more of a negative to speed. Only speed -3. -3, -2, maybe not. Maybe that's just pretty high for a weapon. Yeah, I guess that's just pretty high for a weapon. Alright. Oh, 2 shields! Yeah, we could do that one too. Hold on a second. Would probably be stupid, yes, but you couldn't attack. But now I'm curious and I want to see how that would be, so yeah, I agree. Dual shields. Two giant shields would change his speed to only 77. Actually, not as big a change as I would have thought. Yeah, I thought that would be more. There's a -6 on both. Well, either way, for now we're going to go back to what we had. I don't really care if he's fast or not, so don't bother me. That rare talent. Part of me still tempted to give him a mug, but don't think it matters really. I like defensive offensive. There you go. Yeah, go figure. He's getting close to mastering that one after all this. We'll head back to the previous areas, obviously. Check them for any new side quests we might have. We want to go fight that snake. That'll be fun. Gotta drink my tea while my character is excited about drinking their tea. Who do I talk to? Take the tea leaves to the shop. Oh, okay, well.
Here you go, as promised.
Crikey, I didn't expect you to bring me this much.
Never underestimate the power of a good cup of tea to light a fire under a fellow.
All right, let's get you paid up, shall we? A pleasure doing business with you.
And speaking of pleasure, I reckon it's time we got a cup of this nectar down us, don't you?
When he's hyped it up so much, it better be good.
Hooey. That's the stuff. I could drink a bathful and still come back for more.
The concept of a bath full of tea is also fairly entertaining.
And yourself? Bet you've never tasted anything like it, eh?
Just a bathtub and some tea
Good.
leaves.
Has a certain
You know,
something.
every time
I
you
can see
take
how
a
you get
bath,
to like
you're
it so
just
much.
making you tea, aren't you?
Ah, and get to like it I did. Lady Emma and I used to have a cup every afternoon. There was something about it. No matter how many times she'd told me off during the day, she'd always be nice to me at tea time.
Tea makes everybody, you know, a little calmer.
Aye, she taught me a lot.
Unless you hate tea,
Made
then
me the
probably
man I am
not.
today. But the first lesson I ever learned from her was how to brew a proper pot of this stuff. What you're tasting there, that's Lady Emma in a cup. I started brewing it at home and pretty soon the whole family was hooked. That's how come we started ordering it in specially. But learning to make it was no mean feat. There's a lot to it. And I was no more patient back then than I am now.
I imagine he was in fact less patient then,
She stuck
honestly.
with me, no. Drilled it into me until I got it right at last. Best teacher a man could hope to have. I sometimes think I should have done more to thank her. Not much I can do about it now, though.
Hey, Elvis. Do you ever wish you could go back? Maybe if you could do it all again, you'd listen more. Try harder.
Ah, nah. I'd be just as bad as I was the first time round, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Some things run too deep. And besides, that angry face of hers was an absolute peach. I'd never have got to see it if I'd been a goody two-shoes. Ah, anyway, that's enough nostalgia for one day. Sorry to bore you.
Oh, it wasn't boring at all. I'd like to hear more sometime. Maybe over a cup of this delicious tea.
Aye, I'd like that.
Presumably we're taking some and bringing it with us? 2 extra MP buns. Which is a tough one. I want to give it to Elvis, but I also want to give it to Adele. I guess I'll give 1 to each. Old MP a pop. Nah, I'll give it to Elvis for now. It's fun. There's a party chat. Okay, there it is. So you're particular about your tea, huh, Elvis? Nope. That's just one of the things I'm particular about. Yep, Master don't sweat the details, or Mr. Don't Sweat the Details here. He sweats them plenty when it comes to how stuff tastes. As should anybody who enjoys the finer things in life. Only the most sophisticated flavors can truly soothe the soul. Indeed, although such obsessions can be taken to excess, of course. Says you, wine's a good example. You need to know your vintages, your grapes, your producers. There's all sorts of factors to consider when picking a bottle. Fail to sweat the details there and you're in a whole world of trouble. What about your tavern selection? I don't see you sweating many details there. Shows what you know. With taverns, it's all about the atmosphere. It's not just a place to get a drink, it's a place to escape the stresses and strains of the world. To celebrate life in all its messy glory. So you'd best believe I'm sweating plenty of details when I pick one. And it takes an expert to spot a winner, I can promise you that. Totally right. If the atmosphere is wrong, everything's wrong. Aye, and only then do you worry about what you're drinking. You want something that'll get you steadily but reliably merry, nothing too fiery. Fiery stuff is what gets you reliably merry. Why not just cut straight to the chase? Because, my dear girl, that would be vulgar in the extreme. A gentleman takes these things gradually. Oh, there I was thinking they were in agreement for once. So they're sweating the details about which details to sweat now. I can't keep up. Good on quest here. believe we are. Get healed up. Hop to another town. Check it out. Mary. Also, hey Grim, welcome to Viperland in the chat. Did you do the T side quest, Grim? We just finished it. Did you learn Elvis's last name? Do you want to know what Elvis's last name is? Oh man. They drop it all subtle like, and I'm just like, no, you can't do this to me. He's Elvis Leslie. Technically distinct from Elvis Presley. Technically, legally distinct from Elvis Presley. And that's what's important. Legally distinct. All that matters. Of course, like, I wasn't sure if they were gonna, but yeah. Also, Grim just missing out on all the finer points of the game, like side quests. And that sweet, sweet Elvis lore. But yeah, I finally mastered Red Mage and saw that second passive. That second passive is okay. Ever since that dreadful creature came along, what once was a heavenly oasis in the desert has become the most hellish place. Oh, I think that's the snake that I was going to go fight anyway. If only a mighty hero could slay that hideous snake, yeah. I was literally coming back to do that anyway, and the game's like, you should go fight that snake. And I was like, yeah, let's go fight the snake. Just okay, yeah. Here's a free extra cast at 0 extra cost to you. Nothing. Oh, alright. But anyway, we still instantly swapped it off of, you know, that's just how we do. Yeah, literally double damage is kind of insane. Like, pair it with any other spellcasting class and you're fine. You don't even need to pair it with anything else. On its own, it's fine, but pair it with any spellcasting class and things are gonna go well. Red Mage, Black Mage, yeah. That's absolutely what I'd run. In fact, that's probably what I'm gonna run here. We're gonna quickly swap back to... I'm not gonna worry too much about the passives and such, but we're gonna quickly swap 3 of them back to other jobs for this. Did we resword him? We didn't. There we go. He's gonna go back to... honestly... it's probably better to set her as Berserker main job, Monk sub job. He's just gonna go Red Mage. And she's just gonna go... honestly, Bard. Bard White Mage? Yeah. There we go. Maybe White Mage Bard. Maybe White Mage Bard. Nah, this works. Give it a go. And the game says we might be able to take it down. I know Potions took it down way earlier than I did, so it should be totally possible.
What's the plan?
Jeebus. Alright, well, the plan is now some White Mage abilities, thank you.
Spirits aid me! You are about to witness my true power.
Yeah, screw it. Punch them all. I guess it's gonna do an axe
Now,
anyway,
let
right?
me see.
Yeah.
You are brave indeed to face me. We must not grow complacent.
Well, suddenly
May the
there's just one
crystals
snake.
guide us.
Even through default too, it's great. It's weak to Earth. Yeah, don't say. He's weak to Earth? I don't know about Disaster right now, we're just gonna do this one.
Primordial forces consume you! Bring my enemies to their knees! The storm of magic assail you!
Yeah, queue up 4 spells, may as well just, with double cast, may as well just take a sip, kick back. Oh, snake plate.
Guess it's my turn.
Half HP already, yeah, we're doing fine. Honestly, I like Body Slam. With this much weight on, does a lot of damage. Oh true, yeah, the sword would also work. Hadn't even really considered that with the spells, but a definite good call. Yeah, Vent Fury. I know I can't pick the abilities, but who cares? Of course you counter Savagery! Heck. How many enemies are gonna counter Savagery in this heck. You heckin' heard me. Just basically buff Gloria right now. I mean, I should be buffing Elvis, but whatever. Alright. Good luck, everyone.
Let me see.
Oh, I swear I didn't put that passive on. Did she just get it for being a berserker? Alright. Oh no. Doesn't make it cost no MP, but whatever.
Give them no quarter.
Okay. We almost hit damage cap with that. Yeah, I can see how Berserker Bare-Fisted Monk is not weak. Ooh, new sword. Defender. I wonder if that's good for defending. Like a tank, almost. Less attack, a little more physical defense. Good at parrying blows. It's still worse than a lot of... It's actually still... It's good for tankiness, but I don't think he needs too much more tankiness. I doubt it'll... Yeah, it doesn't even auto-apply it. That's fine then. Hey, we got it. We could steal from it now, though? That's true, it's true. But for now, we're gonna set people back. She's going Beastmaster. Oh, we'll keep Monk for now. I kind of like a lot of the Monk stuff going on. Although he was going Bard. And she was Pictomancer. Cool. Maybe take a little bit. Not poison. I'm trying to remember what other named monsters I missed. I know there was the tree. I think there was one of those, like, undead horse-looking things at some point. I'm sure I've missed more. Hiding in it, killed 3 people before you could attack. Jeez. Oh, that's the worst. It's just like, I'm just trying to, like, you know, tidy up around here, find some items. Rare Monster's like, huh, that's cute. Now you die. Yep, pop on back. So she stole twice and used Thief's Plea. Good plan, good plan.
Tell me for whom.
Also, hey Ramen, welcome to Viperland in the chat. How you doing tonight? Ramen, have you done the side quests? Did you do specifically the Elvis Finds Tea side quest?
Its city-states are built on deceit, and its faith is an instrument of deception.
Okay, so you know Elvis's last name. Okay. It's a miracle. A hero has finally come and rid us of the hideous serpent. Now the oasis can once more serve as a refuge from the pitiless sun. I thank you on behalf of all who dwell in the desert. We already had a light talisman, I think, but we just wanted to beat the thing up anyway, so it's fine. Like, we were literally going to come back and do that regardless, so cool.
If you truly believe them your guardians, why do you not repeat the trick that served you so well at Cartano and call them down? They will.
Any new quests here? No new quests here. While we're in town, we'll check the palace anyway. They drop it all casual like. It's just like, you bastards.
see how Eorzea's fate is
And it's funny because as we found out, we had just swapped him
Nor
to
is this
Bard,
unknown
which I
to
feel
your
is fairly
masters,
fitting.
Which prompts the question, why do they cling to these false deities? What drives
Also,
even
we
men
got
of
such a
learning,
big
even the great
multi-monster
Louis
battle
Sword, to
that we
grovel
got
at their
3
feet?
times JP
Answer,
on
your
1,000
masters lack
JP.
the strength to do
And I was just like,
otherwise.
oh, this is
For the
beautiful.
world
This is
of
everything I've
man
always
to mean
wanted.
anything,
Right
man
after we had
must
just swapped a
own
bunch of
the
people to new
world.
classes,
To this end,
so it was just
we
like,
have fought
learned,
together to
learned,
raise
learned,
us
learned,
up
learned,
to
learned,
confidence,
learned, learned. It was just like,
rich through
this is
conquest, and
a
when the dust of
glorious
battle
thing.
settles, it is ever the
I
strong
had
who
the bait
dictate
food
the fate
on,
of the weak.
and I got into a
Knowing
3
this,
monster
for
chain
the
battle,
simple path
but
is
then it
obeyed
kept
even
chaining past that
ruler,
because of the food.
that of false worship,
And it
of
was
that which leads
the highest
to
I had ever
envy.
seen was 2 times, and even that wasn't super
Only a
common.
man of power
I usually get
can steer
1.6,
the course of
but I guess after 2
civilization.
times it goes to
And in
3, and
this
it's just
land
like,
of
oh,
creeping
this is the best thing I've ever seen in my
that
life.
one truth will prove its salvation. Come, champion of Eorzea.
Yeah, 2
Face
was
me.
the highest I'd
Your
gotten until
defeat
then.
shall serve as proof of my readiness to rule. It is only right
But I was waiting for the
that
tree to
take
spawn,
your realm.
and I was like, screw it,
But
eat the
none
plant
among
food,
you has
and
the
it worked
power
well.
to stop me.
Ended up getting 6, cool. So yeah. So I guess it's 1, 1.1, 1.3, 1.6, 2, 3. I can't even imagine if we get another one after that. How crazy it could be. I don't care about the new items here. Check up here. While we're here, is it worth trying the tree? There's no harm in it, right? I kind of get the feeling it won't go well. There's no harm in trying it. We're here, we'll save. Yeah, screw it, let's try the tree. Was up over that a ways, I think. Don't remember exactly where. Want to say it's up this way? You have to. Yeah, I'm not exactly much stronger now, so it's probably a stupid idea. But I'm already here, so why not try a stupid? There's honestly no, other than a time cost, I guess, there's no downside to it. We'll save before we swap classes, so if it goes poor, we can just be like, we don't have to redo everything. So something like this, I want the passives too. Some of them we don't have to swap as much. Honestly, I kind of like the idea of Bard White Mage. I may regret that at some point, though. Oops. Still gonna keep Rare Talent. Fast hands, why not? Aspire attack, I guess? I'm not 100% sure on that one. This one again? Oh yeah, duh. I still love that Berserker can put on a thing that makes it so they are unable to go berserk. Which I think is absolutely stupid and very funny. counter savvy in case. I don't know if it's got a physical counter, but I don't want her dying to a physical counter. Yeah, do you know what? Raw power. Hell yeah. Bard White Mage seems a really good combo. Okay, do you know what? MP Saber. Yeah, why not go with the Tekken Mana Engine? I see no reason not to. Magic Critical. Revenge seems decent too, honestly. Yeah, go Revenge. Usual, we got Mana Engine. Better than ever. Rare talent, why not? If we beat it, we want to get the gear from it. Or whatever it's got. Let's give it a go. I think it's a poor decision. Let's give it a go.
This won't be plain sailing.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah. It should, yep. Oh, on the beefy tank, too. Jeez.
That hurt. I'm up, huh?
Yeah, we ain't doing this. I'm gonna give it a shot anyway, but we ain't doing this.
Does that feel better?
They did that to my tank, they'll one-shot anyone. Yep. Yeah, we're not doing this.
Yeah, my might knows no bounds.
Holy jeez. Alright, doesn't matter what I pick for the rest of it, because we're enraged.
Brace yourself.
I beat one of the guys.
Hey, you okay? Prepare for impact.
Oh, okay.
Right, let's sort this mess out.
Don't know what the tree is, but the rest of them are weak to fire.
Get ready for this.
Honestly, willing to just...
Primordial forces consume you.
Well, the tree took 16 damage from that, so...
My enemies to ashes. Maelstrom of magic assail you. Primordial forces consume you. Reduce my enemies to ashes.
Okay.
Primordial forces consume you.
Cool. Yeah, the tree's strong. Tree is strong. And they can cure, of course. The plus side is Viper's probably got a... Oh, only 5% attack. Never mind. Thought he was going to have something actually worthwhile.
I'm going all in.
Bet you they absorb water. No, we know they don't actually. Just
See how you like this.
low MP.
Try this for size. I've got a little something for you. See how you like this.
Something must be done. Yeah, yeah.
May as well just do that again.
It's now or never. Yeah.
I'll take the hit. Hey, you okay? No big deal.
4 shield masters. All of them wearing 2 shields. Yeah. It sounds like it would work.
Hey, you okay?
No, not yet.
Alright. Tree is still too strong. Got it. This is the first time I think I've seen the menu since we started the game. Well, that went very poorly, but that's okay. Back we go. And there were no side quests here, so I guess we're actually pushing on. Didn't I miss, I swear there's some areas that were on that second area that I didn't go to. Or third area, third map. I'm gonna go check that out. Well, we tried. And yeah, I know I could have resurrected my white mage, but if everybody was going to end up being one-shot anyway, I kind of realized when we were doing 13 damage and he was one-shotting people, I don't think any amount of Phoenix Downs was really going to help that. Which is fine, we'll come back another time. But I wasn't really going to try and force that fight if it was looking that poor. Wasn't really too worried after that. Counter black magic. He isn't even particularly weak to black magic. On our strongest caster by a good amount. Yeah, pretty sure we didn't go with this one. Right? Not even 100% sure we went to that one. Going in for 373. Big hunt. I'm gonna go in even bigger. How we do. Oh, is that immediately another red enemy? I think I'm in a bad place. I don't think I should be here. I don't think I should be here. I'm gonna just leave. I'm just gonna go. Nah. I was like, oh, it's another named enemy. And the game was like, no. Not a named enemy. Fine. Viper, you coward? I'm gonna save, then we'll do it. But it's gonna be quick and painful. I guess that's the game's way of saying you're in the wrong spot now. What we can do is just try to run through and grab some items. And escape. Run in, steal from some... Oh, there's a chest. Wow. Fully expected it to be booby trap, by the way.
We've got the upper hand, guys. Oh, man.
Very well.
Okay. Delay their turn. I feel like we're going to need it.
Try this for size. Here I go.
Okay. Did delay its turn. Honestly, just want to see what we're dealing with. That's not insane amounts of HP. Like, I'm sure they're stronger, but it's not insane. Wow, just ramen. Congrats, ramen. Earth and water. Well, we can try to take down some of the water weak ones. I picked the wrong one. Got it. Picked the wrong one.
I don't feel too good.
I don't know what you're talking about, Grim. Everything's fine. I'm gonna body slam a fool. He is dead. Honestly, they're just lowering my stats right now. I can kinda handle that for the moment. Oh, yeah, of course, you would. Every time I physical attack, I get lower attack and lower defense. Cool. Alright, damage. Oh, cool. That's how you do. That's how you do. Wait.
You will regret your impertinence.
Do it called pro gamer move. See, you know.
Might knows no bounds.
I don't even. We'll try, even though we've got so little attack.
I know you one. What in the world?
These tiny little mage-looking guys being this resilient to physical attacks is silly. You suck. Means I've got no good magic for them. Try this. Half damage lightning. Half damage. Do they take anything but dark and light damage at all? Like at all? Oh, I should have healed. Well, I'm just trying to get him out of here. Body slam him. When in doubt, body slam.
I am beginning to feel like a warrior.
I mean, it's technically possible to beat him.
I wonder what's next for me.
Should have level picked out. Blighted bone. And we got a boatload of money from it. And almost died. We got a boatload of money from the chest. Alright, alright. Stealth maneuvers engaged. I'm big sneaky. Oh no. Can't catch me. You probably can. Hyper bracers. You know what? That's enough. Dramatically boost the wearer's punching power, you say? Alright, I've made the right decision. We're out of here. We're leaving. Cool. Cool. We got punching power. That was actually fantastic. I'm gonna assume we should just give it a flame instead. It's not quite as good. And ups aim a little bit too. Well, cool. We punch better. Which is all I needed in life in general. Hey, who's gonna stop her, honestly? We'll just go berserk and start flailing fists everywhere. Apparently there are hyper braces there, Granny. Yep. Oh, cool, which means there's another pair of hyper braces out there somewhere. Try this one, but I foresee the same general issue going on. Oh, hey, chest, huh? I absolutely expected those. Oh, no, everything in here is still running away. I absolutely expected that chest to be trapped, by the way, back there. Makes me think we might get a subquest to bring us here, but I guess we already outlevel it. A lot more dungeons in this game? Yeah, not all of them are required. Plenty of them seem optional. It seems to be like a minimum of one per area that's just, yeah, you can go here if you want. There might be a side quest for it, that's about it. Meant to hit the sword, but okay. That's fine too.
We've got the upper hand, guys.
See, you call it a Cerberus, but it's got one head. I don't know. Seems sus.
Let me see. Yes, my might knows no bounds.
Just for the hell of it. Damn it.
We must not grow complacent.
Oh, cool. You all counter fizz. Thanks.
Okay then.
Is it gonna stop me? No.
Going all in. On to the next one.
It's not. Does mean we're gonna have to heal quite a bit more, though. That would be something that's gonna poison me, right? We have the passive we could use. Oh, I didn't even think about like trying to chop stuff down either. Nope. Well, that would be why. Can I chop these down? Alright, well. Does a little bit of damage, but doesn't seem to poison, so it's okay. What? Nanosuits? Those seem to be fairly common around here for grass cuttings. Which means there probably won't be a boss at the end of here unless we go the actual like side quest for it, which we don't have yet.
They're sitting ducks.
We'll just keep an eye open. Oh, that's not too bad actually. Yeah, of course. Jeez, okay.
Does that feel better? A welcome intervention.
Fire, wind, lightning. Well, really all we've got is fire.
Eat sorcery.
Maybe we could do the lightning too, but
Okay.
oh, this is already low on mana.
Okay. I'm going
Screw you, who
on
cares?
to the next one. That was a good one.
He's our tank, he can take a few spells.
Sorry, pal.
Oh. I could just slap the passive on her where she just goes, nah, stop that.
Looks like we did it.
Might be smart.
Stronger.
Might be very smart. At least for this dungeon, we'll cut our rare drop rate a little bit to just to not have that come back at me. What was it? Who had it? Oh, maybe it was just the monk passive, wasn't it? Or was it this? It was just the monk passive, wasn't it? Rats. Oh no, it was here. I was looking at the wrong class. We're fine. No, we shouldn't have to. Well, ouch. Apparently those get more damaging as time goes on. We'll still have to worry a little bit because it can still hit party sometimes. Even though they're running away, I still feel like we're almost not supposed to be here yet. I mean, if you want super hard mode, Grim, don't you want super hard mode? This area's actually got 2. Eight cards left to get. Jeez. Congrats. Preemptive. Yeah, we got tons of money now. We're good for shopping in the next town. This is where a boss would be, presumably. Let's fight the bear. Guess just keep playing until you find them.
Let me see.
Golden bear. Nope, it's only the physical counters that I can stop.
Another foe.
Well, okay.
Here I go. This'll make you feel better. You have my thanks. Check this out.
Yeah, everything in here is a little too counter happy.
Aye, this should
Honestly, more than like anywhere else I've been to, stuff in here is counter happy. Oh, he can pierce armor. Oh, cool. So glad. That's just a thing he can do.
Wow. This
To my-
log is dead.
Huh. Didn't expect a thing about the area. You honestly don't hear them comment on the area too often, do you? I don't really know what I'm looking for, we're just wandering around. There's clearly no distinct reason to be here. But we're looking for... Oh, it looks like it's every time you walk through a flower, so if you cut them down, you don't lose any HP. Everything runs away, which is good. I don't even want to fight them right now. They're kicking my butt, actually. But only because of counters. Now let's slap the rare drop. If we're gonna fight something, they're gonna counter anyway. Screw it. Give me more rare items. Remedies. Honestly, was hoping for better from that, but okay. It's like a dead end. Don't stand. Okay, it's not standing right on the chest. For a drink, we already had one, but yay, 2. This is a big heckin' dungeon. If there's a boss here, I should save. Just in case. Yeah, there'll be a side quest here later. That's definitely a boss spot. Probably not much later, because, like, everything's already running away from me. Can't imagine it being too much later on. Yeah, I expected that in one of them. I actually expected it from more, so...
Watch out, guys.
Here I go.
Just keep freehanding it. It's fine.
This should do it. Yeah. Sorry. Don't take it personally.
It works.
Too easy.
What's the chest got? It's the important thing. Staff that I already have multiples of? Okay. Well, we're gonna start using more teleport stones. Just it's good. Oh yeah, slowly but surely making progress though. Definitely emphasis on this slowly. It's also weird for two dungeons right next to each other. One really hard and one like, I mean, they're gonna counter a lot, but like, that's about it. Learn which ones counter what stuff and work with it, and you're fine. Alright, we may as well go back to town just to rest up real fast. And then be on our way. Oh, damn. You guys are fast, heck yeah. I look at the game for a second, didn't even notice. It's already gone. There might be a quest to go there, but guess we got nothing. Maybe the boss is a little harder? Said, okay. Yeah, that's weird, because there's clearly a boss arena at the end of it. Like, fairly obvious that's where a boss would go. I guess not. Well, whatever for now. We're just gonna go this way. Start going to the new place. Bunch of money to get gear once we're there. Oh, we went the wrong way. It meant head way up, not into there. Alright, slightly different rocky cavern area.
This must be the Wayward Woods.
Yep. So stick to the path, okay? If you don't, we'll never find our way out. People have been losing their way in here for as long as anyone can remember. And none of them ever made it home.
I'm sure it's
Have you
fine.
been here before, Adele?
Oh, maybe once or twice on my way to Rheimdall.
You have visited Rheimdall too.
A while back, yeah. Anyway, we need to get moving. Stick together,
It's
everyone.
definitely not
Try
where
not
she's
to get
from.
lost.
Definitely not. Couldn't be. Is this all cuttable? Yeah, actually. Water in Savalon, trees in Wiswald. I wonder what we'll be dealing with next. Well, I mean, there's one crystal left, but like, I think we can guess. You sound almost excited. Don't tell me you enjoy seeing all these calamities up close. What, you'd rather be tippy-toed up to them, all scared like? I'm just trying to gin us up for whatever's next, honestly. So, we're headed to a place called Rheimdall, right? So it's a land legendary for its year-round snows. I hope we won't be too cold. Also, Hip Potions, welcome to Viperland in the chat. How you doing? Yeah, there's only, like, stream title says you finished second town. Yep, we just finished the second town. We are on the path to the third after cleaning up some side quests. And we went back to go beat up that snake you beat up. Which took me way long to go back to. Hope you're doing well. Hope your game's going well as well. Yeah, we finished the second town. Just leaving... Oh, the third town. It said second town. Yep, I did that wrong. I did that wrong. Very wrong. Yep, gonna change that. For some reason, the second town after the first made sense in my head. So, yep, Sorry. Second chapter. That would make more sense, yes. Sorry. Whoops. Yeah, did that wrong. See, I put that stuff in the title so Potions would know, but I put the wrong info in the title. So, damn it. Wow, we really are seeing the world, huh? Man. Oh. These characters aren't stupid, but they're still here like, man, this area was known... Yeah, thought it didn't seem right. Sorry. My bad. Again, that was there for your benefit, but then I gave you the wrong info. I wonder what we could be encountering. We've encountered wind, water, and earth crystals. What could we encounter in the next area known for its snow? What could be there? Pyro and Mythic tonight? Heck yeah. I definitely want to try them out. But I'm also going to still keep playing this tonight. But I really do, like, they look fun. I've never really sat down and played much of a character that has, like, swaps like that. Our work is still only half done. There are 2 crystals yet to be recovered. We have some way to go yet. Sure, but there's no point putting too much pressure on ourselves, right? He's right, Gloria. That's not going to help anyone. You've to take the weight off your shoulders from time to time, even if you do have pals on hand to help you carry it. Are you to close bravely is the problem? Yeah. I suppose so. Perhaps I could afford to be a little less hard on myself, and to lean on you all a little more from time to time as well. I would not have been able to make it this far without your help, after all. The 2 crystals we have recovered are ours thanks to you all. I'm in your debt. No need to be so formal, Gloria. We're here with you until the other 2 are ours as well. Alright, chop chop forest. It's too much to chop. There's no way we chop it all. You know, the one patch we don't cut is the one with the good stuff in it, right? We have to stock up on more materials again. Doubles money game. Cool. Alright.
They're sitting ducks to arms.
Only 16 magnifying glasses left? What am I gonna do? 30 times money? Don't forget, also keep the extra money passes from Gambrel. Don't touch. Oh. Yeah, really don't touch, apparently. Okay. Cool.
Spirits aid me.
Doesn't cure charm. I should have left them paralyzed, honestly. Should have left them paralyzed. I feel like the counters are becoming more common. Charm's gone.
A mere scratch.
Here I go.
Smack it anyway.
That was a good one.
See,
Vulnerable swords, but only kinda.
eat sorcery.
All right then.
What?
Here I go.
Trying to throw paint at me? Also, hey Birdie, welcome to Viperland in the chat. How you doing? Thank you so much for the host. Hope all's going well for you tonight, today, whatever time of day it is. Zappy zappy.
Very well. We must not grow complacent. I'm up, huh?
I'm gonna try freehand, I guess.
Check this out.
Just at home? Heck yeah. Always a good part of the day. Getting to be home, relaxing. Yeah, he's gonna counter, but he'll probably die first.
Alrighty, let's press on, eh?
But he couldn't do any better than a remedy game.
Yeah, my might knows no bounds.
Period. Don't even care. Do it. No counter? No counter? No counter. Not dead either, but no counter. Like a boss, look at that.
Did you underestimate us?
It's nothing I don't deserve.
More remedies. Yeah, I guess remedies make sense for things that are gonna counterattack with all bad statuses. It's not quite bad breath, but it's still pretty potent to be counterattacked with.
We've outmaneuvered them.
I could have done just a cure. Viper OB confirmed? No. No, we die plenty. But we're doing okay at least. Don't counterattack.
Try this for size.
Alright,
Brace yourself.
that works.
I'm going all in. Ha! Get away. All right.
And he's weak to water too. Look at that.
Hey, I'll drink to that.
Good stuff. Earth drum. Makes me think some of them are weak to earth. Or maybe they're resilient and just giving us that for later. I could also always equip somebody with stuff that prevents, you know, charm or whatnot. So at least it seems they don't counterattack with that too often. We probably don't even get anything good from the grass here, but I'm like, gotta cut it anyway. When we get to the next town, we're going on a shopping spree. We're getting whatever new gear they got. Oh, it's gonna be a sandworm. They're so tricky.
Come, let
Alright,
us
that's not too
fight.
bad.
Check this out.
Okay.
Let me see.
Beat up the guy who can use cure. Beat up the guy who can counter. Yeah, why not?
Didn't like that, did you?
Oh, well, you berserked my mage. It's not the end of the world? Honestly? You could have done way worse than me? Okay. Second battle. Still berserked, but still at a BP, so not gonna come up anyway.
What's the plan?
Let's up our own physical defense a bit. Just in case.
No big deal.
Here I go.
Oh, we do have Purify. Also, hey Fear, welcome to Viperland of the chat. How you doing today? Hope all's well. Alright, Gloria's back up.
My might knows no bounds.
Need a way to get her more. Need a way to get her more MP for now.
Now or never.
That's
for size.
bad.
Or never. Try this for size.
That was suboptimal.
No big deal.
No fear, one fear. Oh, well, rip ramen.
Okay.
Ouch. How about you cure yourself?
This'll make you feel better.
There we go. Better.
It's nothing.
A mere scratch.
Here I go.
Mere scratch. You know what? Take down those guys that can counterattack. Easy.
That was mean.
That was mean, to be fair.
Let's see.
They're not even that weak to magic.
Spirits aid me. You have my thanks.
I think Grim takes one.
It's nothing.
Arrow, whatever. Oh, you damn curing.
Prepare to meet your maker.
Alright. We'll save that for now.
Yes.
Get these guys out of here.
Another foe vanquished.
I've been committing war crimes. How could you? How could you?
Here I go.
No, we don't need that much. Just heal.
This'll make you feel better.
Is the bot you guys banned? Oh, even better then. Good. Apparently still showing up on the list, but, you know, smack it anyway. He still got full MP, it's fine. Yeah, absolutely deserved it.
That'll do nicely. Sorcery. You didn't like that, did you? That had to hurt.
Still not dead somehow. Also still not healed, so that's good. Take it freehand.
This should do it. This should do it. I am beginning
Can't believe they
to
covered me
feel
in
like a
paint.
warrior.
This feels good.
Hey, job level for
Another
everyone.
step in the right direction. Woo!
I like what I'm seeing here.
I wonder what's next for me.
Alright, not bad. Nothing in here seems to drop, Nothing in here seems to drop buns. There's too much grass in this. This is all grass. Chop occasionally, but... You know... Probably smart to take a save point when it's there. With this many ways to be countered or screwed over, it's a good idea. Hey, nasty surprise, alright. Yeah, I'll take a look at it in a second. Level some jobs again, why not? Level them all up. These guys can't counter, so screw them. Oh jeez, yeah, that'll do it too.
Prepare to meet your maker. Your tail ends.
Okay, what's the plan?
We're just doing this to build up special, really. There we are. Perfect. Same with these. Take low MP cost ones, spam them to build up special. Because we might be getting near a boss, we might not. Just let me get to the next town. Who knows? Went kinda negative BP, just a little.
You are about to witness my true
She's already got special, so just murder it.
Another foe vanquished. Let's keep this up, guys.
So, what's in the chest? Anything useful? An ancient bow. It's okay. BP cost of using sub-job abilities is reduced by 1. I don't think she's mastered many jobs that have sub-cost abilities. However, we kind of want that Gloria. So she could use that, like, oh, hello, Crescent Slash or whatever, that costs BP to attack everybody for no BP. That would be pretty fantastical, honestly. Alright, so this is the game's way of saying, stay to the path, you dolt. And my way of saying, I don't wanna. Oh? Okay. There's an actual area up here. Not a worthwhile area, but an area. Now we have to try the other one. Didn't even see anything I was going to bounce into. We can blame it on the sandworm. Free hand! Oh. Just got the 1. It hits 1 to 5 times. I think that's the first time I've seen a 1, though.
You are about to witness my true power.
Hope that works. Cool. Took half damage, but who cares? Yeah, the worm absolutely took lessons from Solid Snake.
Another foe vanished.
Haha! We're gonna run out of creatures because we're not really capturing anymore, but whatever. There's a worm too. Oh man, yeah, worms. Oh, I can see how you'd easily get hit by one of those. Like, they are stealth incarnate. They just are. Like, it's a slightly shimmery patch of sand on what's already a patch of sand. So, like, unless you know they're in the area and are really staying alert for them, you're gonna hit one. Magnify glass. Not worth much, but we needed a few. Didn't even see it. Let's get the healers first.
No bounds. Another foe. I do like it when that happens.
Patch of grass, we can't see it at all. Yeah, that's the one Grim was talking about earlier. Yep. That's the exact one that got to Grim. We got a sleepy guy. You sure it's vulnerable to water?
Prepare to meet your maker.
Yeah, just punch him all out.
We must not grow complacent.
Honestly, I might equip her with the Beastmaster, like, passive for catching things, because she kills a ton of stuff. So even after we swap her off the Beastmaster, we might actually equip her with that for a little bit. Because, like, she's always beating up the world. It might be worth it, but also might not. Maybe I'm wrong and we don't do that. Oh, back over here. Oh, okay. That's definitely what I meant to do. Like, I know the worm you guys are talking about, I'm going to hit too. Like, I already know it. Okay, so there's a worm that way. Screw it. We know it just loops back around. This one's probably going to do the same thing. Yep. On the off chance it leads to treasure, I gotta try it. Like, I know where I'm supposed to go is just to follow the icon, but sometimes just gotta, you know, explore, experiment, fail. That's where it's supposed to go. And there's a treasure. Cool. Self-portrait. The hell is that? Oh, delve immunity. Alright. Not shabby. Not too many enemies that do that, and it's funny that we get that after the time where we probably need it most. But I could still see that coming in handy at some points. I'm sure there's going to be some sort of rare critter out there named Beast that's going to delve away. Yeah, it's just going to keep looping us here, right? There's the plants in here do. But I don't know if I care enough about it to put on Ancestry to protect from it. Ooh, oh, damn, it wasn't looking. 1,400 hours, though. Not a small number at all. Okay, so he's got his special. Doesn't have full MPs. We'll just slap these guys. Yep, you did, and I already gave you the ticket for it. Somebody noticed yesterday. As of yesterday, as of now, when I give people a ticket on the Viperland ticket part of the Discord, I'm going to post what the last reason they got a ticket was from my own memory. So I could be like, oh, so you're the first person that's got a thing next to the name that's like, oh, this is why you have a ticket. But I'm going to start doing that moving forward. So if somebody's like, oh, did you give me the ticket for this? And I'm like, I don't remember. Now I can go back and check. Yeah, he's just going to counter. No, I don't care. Alright, paralyzed. And berserked.
Too easy.
Maybe we should just stick to the path. I feel like most of the off paths we've been doing just loop us back around. That's a big tree. We haven't fought a big tree yet, so screw it. Let's do it. These damn physical plants. I don't really have any way to stop them. I mean, hit him with magic, but besides hit him with magic. Oh, I don't think I got you the 1,500 hour ticket though, Jude. I don't think so. Where's it 1k hours? I don't remember. Hold on. Paper tickets. Da, 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 da.
To witness my true
Da,
power.
da, da, da. I don't think I... Yeah, it's 500 hours watched, so yep. And I don't think I had that one for you, so I'm fixing it now while I'm here. That's Jude. 1.5k. There you go. It's done. Yeah, we're gonna get countered. No, I don't care. No, if you've only gotten them from hours, you haven't. Because you've got 3 tickets, so... No, you should have one for subscription too, which means either you used one or I missed one, which I would honestly believe it's the second. Go just basic thunders on them. Whatever. I probably missed one, is what it is.
Hey, you okay?
Jeez, just slaps.
Guess it's my turn.
You know what?
Okay.
You can't counter if you're dead.
Like this.
Oh, okay, so that would check out then.
Looks like we did it.
Then it seems like the math works. Okay. You'd figure I set up the system, I'd be better at, you know, paying attention to it and keeping up with it, and you'd be wrong. You'd be wrong. Oh, is that all just gonna be blocked with... Never mind. What the hell's that guy? Yeah, that was a good one.
We've outmaneuvered them.
Oh, it's a golem, that's what it is, okay. Don't think anything here is resilient to punch time. He might be. Head defense out, counter fizz, yup. We done goofed.
I'm up, huh? I'm all set!
Magnifying glass on him. White magic on her. And why not? On the off chance we get another turn, we'll be ready for it.
This'll make you feel better.
Yeah, the spent tickets, that one we've kept track of.
Time to play my trump cards.
Beat the light man. Okay. Just take all the zappy zaps. Basic zappy zaps.
Get it. I feel your heat. Didn't like that, did you? Right in the soft bits.
We'll default fine. Okay. Forgot they could heal somehow. Well, just body slam him twice.
Something for you. There's nothing.
Damn. He doesn't even go down to 2 body slams. Jeez.
You are about to witness my true power.
Maybe mistakes? I thought I could have him before he countered them.
Your tail ends.
Technically we did. Barely, but technically. Come on, let me get my healer up before you kill me. He already scrolled, who cares? What a Cura. Then some attacks. We got our attack up.
A welcome intervention.
Yeah, it's almost certainly. A body slam shouldn't pierce it. And I think he's got high physical defense anyway, so it's a whole bad idea all the way down. Didn't stop me, but it was clearly a bad idea regardless.
Nailed it.
Oh my god. They better run out of MP, because this is getting... I mean, or Gloria's just gonna stomp them. Oh, thank you.
Prepare to meet your
You tap me lightly and then you heal it back up for me. It's very nice of them. Another sick piece of gear? Hell yeah.
Another foe.
I've done every side quest I've come across, and I plan on continuing that, so... More side quests, more goodies. Ooh, yeah, that's pretty nice. Keep hitting her with that, please. Like, please keep that. It's really good for me.
Sorry, pal. That was a good one. Right on the money.
What's the plan? Sorry. Don't take it personally.
Looking good, guys.
It's a harder random battle than I expected. Definitely feel like that was worth more than 50 JP. I'm not going to go through any fog walls right now, because because they're all going badly for me. Is that a different tree?
Come, let
No.
us fight.
We didn't actually scan it though. Sword, fire. Everything's weak to fire. Good. Go with this. Maybe a mistake.
Sorry, don't take it personally.
Everything counters.
All right, who's next?
Damn it.
That was mean.
Want to see
Oh.
what I can really do?
Ouch. Big ouch. No, that's my phone. I should just mute it. Those people are just sending tons of texts. See if I can move it somewhere. It's not gonna make as much. I mean, it's a way to make the game more difficult. If the counter system wasn't there, I would just quad brave kill everything. As it is, I still do that for a lot of the stuff. I don't have a problem with the counter system. I wish there was some way to get a hint or tip at it before just trial and error. The fact that things are countering isn't my issue. My issue with it in general is just I kind of wish, like, I don't know, wolves in general, like, that family's always going to do physical counters. Like, okay, kind of learning that. But, yep. If they listed counters when you scanned, I'd have no beef with it. You could plan around that, but it's really like trial and error. And I like that they don't always proc, because it lets you kind of sneak in some cheeky moves occasionally. But the fact that it doesn't always proc also means you might not... I could do 3 magic casts on 3 separate turns and be like, okay, it doesn't reflect magic. Then queue up 4 big spells and all of a sudden I get countered to death, because then it decides to counter. So like, I'm glad it doesn't always counter for my insanity, but it can make it difficult to tell sometimes too. Around? Yaha. Hinderlance? We need a Hildelance. Technically the Hildebrand Halberd already existed and now Greg's got it. The not very good Hildebrand Halberd. In for another row. Yeah, you could either put counters or at least put the stuff they're like resistant to. I kind of get what they're going for with the counter system in the like trial and error, like learn, adapt. And if they don't put that in the scan, fine. Put the resistances in the scan. There's room for it. We know they can do it. Don't have me scan something and then use an ability and it's like, oh, they absorbed it. Like, but I took a turn to scan it. I took time for
Do
that.
we owe the pleasure?
I'm here to report on the experiment in Wisward. It was a great success.
That's a character.
You mean your little dalliance with the dead?
The very same. Now I must leave. Farewell.
That's certainly a character, huh?
But wait, there is something I've been wanting to ask you.
Go on.
I didn't know we had a guest character designer, Tim Burton. Didn't know.
Why did you give me that asterisk? Why did you make me attack Musa?
Because it helped the Lord Commander, of course. Why? Do you have a problem with that?
Yeah, 100%.
No. But there's something
I like the 2 candles on the hat. I also like how the hat has bugle physics.
I only do what I want to do. I hope that's clear.
Bye. Well, that was a character. I look forward to getting that asterisk. I'm sure it'll be something. Couldn't even predict what it would do. Chapter 3. Hey. Making progress. Ever so slowly but surely. Windy as hell out. Wow, look, a bunch of snow. I wonder if that's going to go away as we approach our destination. New enemies still running away. Maybe?
Let's put the boot
Yeah.
in.
Oh, we got a bigger mage now. Alright. Dragon Shaman? Or Dagon Shaman? Good first? Alright. The outfit looks terrible on everyone. Okay. I mean, it looks terrible on him too, so I'm sure it's fine. Slap them all, whatever. Damn it! Half damage water.
You are about to witness my
Well,
true
not gonna half
power.
damage fist though.
Your tail
One shot the experience birds now. Oh, jeez, that's gotta be nice, yeah.
Right on the money. Ha! It worked. That was a good one.
Well, thought he was gonna die, but we got this.
prepare to meet your
Oh, you're defaulting with 100 HP left? Who cares?
I am so lucky to have
I guess I
friends
could have
like
tried to
you.
capture him. Ooh, magic attack. Take my bun powers. Okay, snakes. I guess the downside of disaster is there are two elements that since it hits two elements, it's twice as likely for them to like reflect or absorb it or something. Red haze. Good, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Yeti? Sure. We're getting close to a town anyway, we'll just use some MP. This is too efficient. I mean, there's worse things, yo.
This should do it. You are about to witness my true power.
So we mow down, anything left we try to capture.
Try this for size.
Yeah, I guess that works. Yahoo! Damn it, well, got one.
Want to see what I
Jeez.
can really do?
Fire, wind, earth, and dark.
Come and get it. Burn! Smolder!
He goes away. Well,
Guess it's my turn.
just a body slam.
Try this for size.
There you go.
That was a piece
You know,
of cake.
hip check a snake. Booster buns. It's a very Minotaur-esque Yeti, yes, I agree. I mean, we may as well. You know what? Nah, I'll give him a load of HP. Yoink. Oh, hey. Oh, hey. I think Hyper Brace is still the better one. So we don't need another Power Braces on her. Well, good to know. Game, why did you decide it was good to remove his shield with auto-equip? You are, questionable? Just put that on? Auto-equip is not the best. In previous games, it was at least passable. Like, to be fair, it should always be statistically better to equip it yourself. That should always be better. But in the previous games, it was passable. It worked. Here, it's like, nah, it's barely. You stopped using shields? That would explain why you die on your tank a lot. To be fair. Hey, we can cut down trees now. Shields are for the weak. I mean, I guess when you're one-shotting everything, who needs a shield? But as somebody who's not one-shotting everything, shields are nice. Especially on the tank class. I see no reason not to use a shield on my literal tank. Also, I really like my shield on Adele. That's the dual elemental resist shield. So right now she absorbs 2 elements, and I really like that. It gets the lightning and wind. If they hit her with either of those, it straight up absorbs it. Rise don't need to live, I suppose. That's one way of looking at it. I don't see too much else around here. Oh, the snow's pretty thick, though. Oh, you can draw in the snow. Somebody's absolutely already drawn. Just penises. It's just already... We all know it to be true. A nice, warm, cozy house? That's not gonna have bad stuff in it. Oh, this isn't where we're supposed to go, though. Do they have side quests? They do.
Sure, it's a terrible situation altogether, Mr. Mayor.
How is old Glynn? Our prayers are with him, poor fella.
Completely optional town, thank you. Alright, see you around, Mint. Thanks for hopping by. We'll go for a little while longer, but...
You're kind indeed, all of
I'm
you.
getting hungry already,
Worrying
so...
about me little brother, so...
Less than on fire. True. For now, at least.
I'm away to find me some loon clover. A sprig or two is sure to bring him back from his little journey into Dreamland.
Well then, you'll not object to us tagging along to help, I hope. You've done so much for us over the years, after all.
Thanks, truly. But the place where it grows is always crawling with beasties.
Oh,
I
with
couldn't
beasties, you
possibly
say?
ask it of you. It's too dangerous.
Oh, come on now. We'll not hear of you.
Is everything okay?
Well,
Clearly, no.
visitors, is it? Welcome to Inderno, one and all.
Thank you. But are you sure you're all right?
All right, she asks. Huh, sure. If the mayor's wee brother not having woken up for a whole blessed week's your idea of all right, we're grand altogether.
What's the matter with
Have you
him?
tried slapping him?
His wife died not so long back.
Maybe you
He's
shouldn't
been
slap him.
inconsolable ever since.
It's
He was
a
dead
depression
keen to see
nap.
her just one last
You
time.
know.
Even if it was only in his imagination, he said. So I gave him a bit of dream snoozer.
Dream snoozer.
Oh, I think I've heard of that. It's a medicine that allows one to dream of whatever one
Yeah,
wants, isn't
well, he's taking a really long nap is very different from, I gave him drugs to dream of his wife because his wife just died and he's been inconsolable, you know?
That's the one.
Very different thing.
Glenn went and necked the lot.
Maybe
Bosh,
don't slap
just
him.
like that. And now he's been sleeping for 7 days straight. At this rate, I don't know if he'll ever...
But if you find some of this loon clover stuff you mentioned, you might be able to help him?
I reckon so, yeah. We'll need it if we're wanted to make some more dream snoozers, see. If I knock back a dose myself and lay down next to him, I can join him there in Sleepyland. See if we can't figure out what's been afoot.
I don't think that's how dreams work, but I'm down to try.
Eh? You're saying you'll be able to jump into his dreams?
It's
I didn't even know that
magic.
was possible.
Yeah,
Not for
it's not
everyone,
even
Scott.
magic, it's drugs.
That's an asterisk.
Oh.
So you're familiar with these little yolks, eh?
Yeah, we're collecting them.
We have a few of our own. Well, now there's a thing. And you know, I'm reluctant to go using it willy-nilly. 'Tis a gift horse not to be stared in the mouth, or so they say. But I doubt I'll be getting myself any loon clover without it.
Or we can get it, you can give it to
Why don't
us.
we
Yeah.
get the loon clover for you? I won't hear of it. The forest's alive with monsters. How could I ask a thing like that of you? Sure, we're only after just having met. Oh, don't you worry about us. We eat monsters for breakfast.
We kind of do, yeah, that's true.
If you really mean it. Oh, thanks a million. I'll be back at the house getting the other bits and bobs ready. You're saints, the lot of you.
So I guess he's some sort of like alchemist. This is terrible altogether. I give my little brother Glenn a bit of dream snoozer so he can drift off to Sleepyland, but he hasn't woken up for a whole week. We get a large experience orb. Okay. Nifty, I suppose. I'd rather it be large JP orb, but yeah. What can you do? So that's the only side quest here. No new shop. We'll see how it goes, but I might still go forward to the next area. Just to get some shopping done. It's outside of the town, okay. Yeah, the side quests on the world maps are the ones that are easy to miss for me. Unless they pop them right next to a town, which sometimes happens. Hello again.
Truff! Good to see you, buddy. Did you find the friend you were looking for?
I don't actively hate Truff, but I absolutely still don't trust him.
No. Truff gave up on his
Like, it's not
plan.
like, he's all... I don't trust him, though.
Gave up? Oh, what's all this? You were in a noble quest to reunite the man who saved your life with his beloved ring.
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter earlier. Phantom Brave and another older NIS software game that I don't recall getting Switch releases, which is pretty awesome. I liked it, but I don't know if I'd care enough about it to repurchase it now. But if I ever got the urge to play it, good to know it's on modern systems. It's a good game, but I feel like I'll just hold off and just get Disgaea 6. Wait, what?
Really, Truff? You've given up on finding your friend after all you've been through?
That seems suspicious.
Truff still wants to find his friend. Wants to say thank you for all he did.
Well then, what's stopping you?
Truff isn't allowed. Truff finally tracked his friend down. Came all the way to the cold village where he had heard that cooking man lives. But the people there were frightened of Truff. Chased him away.
I'm not saying he's inherently bad, I'm saying I don't trust him.
Really? That seems like an awful shame.
He's got blank soulless eyes, and he's got human hands. I don't trust the human fingers, or the soulless eyes.
Very, very hard. But humans don't like him. Humans are scared of him. As soon as Truff appears, they run away and scream and shout. Truff doesn't like it. Doesn't like to see the frightened people.
I'm guessing Grimm's JP farm is doing... Oh no, Grimm's just shocked at me. That's fine.
So Truff will not go near the humans' village again. Please, take Truff's ring.
Well, there he goes. Problem solved, I
hate
say.
to see the poor guy like this.
Obviously, he shouldn't be kicked out of the village, but I still don't trust
Why don't
him.
we go find his chef friend? Mitch, was it? If they're as close as Truff says they are, he'll want to know about this for sure.
Alright, cool. Find Mitch the chef. Large experience orb. I want JP orbs game. Dare you? No guy, find out he's racist towards pig people. Just don't trust him.
Excuse me? Are you Mitch?
That I am.
I feel like the last part of his quest chain is going to be like, nope, I'm going to try to eat you now.
Might you have of myself?
Do you recognize this ring?
Why, of course I do. 'Tis the very one I lost, so it is indeed.
Great. So you're the traveling chef Truff told us about.
Truff? You're acquainted with me old pal, are you?
Like, I half expected him to be like, Truff. He's near? Is he around here?
Feller getting on?
Not too great, actually.
So he's off near town somewhere there, is he?
Aye, and he'll not be coming closer anytime soon by the sound of it.
Rude? I mean, you're not wrong,
If what you
but,
tell me's true, it
you know, my
seems
gut
so indeed.
says...
You'll
My
not
gut
very
says
well
not to be
let a
trusted.
monster waltz into Inderno uninvited. And the same goes for any other town. Which is why, with a heavy heart, of course, I had to tell him he couldn't come with me on my travels back when he asked. I'd only have been bringing a world of pain upon the poor fella. Saddening as it is, humankind's not ready for that sort of thing just yet.
To make everyone else immediately expected him to be an asterisk? Oh, of course, yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Prejudices are hard things to rid people of.
I think we could
He may be a
ban
lovely
Viper.
monster, but the simple fact of his being one would be too much for some.
More's the pity, aye. But I'm forgetting myself. You're awfully kind to have come all this way to tell me of the poor lad's troubles, so you are indeed. I'd
We
best be
were
off
already
and
here,
see
but...
if I can find him.
You're gonna go speak with him?
Sure, of course I am. Come on now, let's away.
I'm like Viper. Again, I'm not saying I'd kick him out of town. I'm just saying I don't trust him. As the quests go on, I feel like he's more trustworthy. But I also have to stick to my guns at this rate. I've made that assumption. I have to see it through. So he's just out here staring at rocks. You know.
Hey, Truff, old pal!
Mitch! 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 Has Mitch come to...
Has Mitch come to snort?
If I've told
Wait,
you once,
you've got
I've
cocaine?
told you 10,000 times. We're friends. And if a man hears a friend's nearby, why, he's honor bound to go and seek him out, is he not?
Mitch! Oh, Mitch!
So, I hear
Drug
you came to
buddies,
give me my
yeah.
old ring back.
Clearly.
Yes, Mitch's golden, shiny, lost, shiny ring. And Truff wanted to thank Mitch too. To see him once again and thank him for all he did.
Oh, I remember how I lost it now. I popped it off there when I was showing you a culinary trick or two, did I not?
Imagine cutting a vegetable so adeptly that it pops a ring off your finger.
You're a generous fella coming all this way to reunite me with it, so you are indeed.
Huh? No, Mitch!
Aw. Well,
Are you all right?
maybe he wasn't so bad after all.
Ah, sure, I'm fine altogether. But what about poor Truff?
What? No! Truff! Hey, Truff! Are you okay under there?
Apparently sturdier than he
I
looks.
can hear him!
Truff is... all right. Truff is...
Good, but also how?
But Truff can't move rocks from down here.
Don't worry. We'll get you out of there.
We will? But how? There's no
Just
way
buried
we
under
can
all
move
the
a rock
snow.
that
Ah.
size, even with all of us.
Yes.
Remember what Truff taught you. Use the knack, but on the rock. Truff believes in you.
Cut rocks now. Well. There you go.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I feel like we definitely would have ended up cutting him too. But sure, it's fine. Yeah, learned Rock Smash. Very
Truff
important.
was caught in a space between two rocks. If he hadn't, he would have been...
Oh, got it. There was two rocks that kind of just went like this over him.
Ah, never mind that. Let's go and get you seen to,
You owe this
shall we?
man an
Be
apology?
able to walk, old pal.
No, I'm okay.
I'm
We
taking
saved
you
his
back to
life.
Inderno for a spot of recuperation.
It evens out.
But Mitch, the humans there, they...
Don't you worry yourself about that lot. You are with me now. We'll not be
Saving
chasing
his
you
life was the
away this
apology.
time
We
if
could have
I've
walked
anything to do
away.
with it. You're a
It's
pal of
fine.
mine, Truff.
Actually, the worst, you're right. Truff
You're
kinda
the only
is,
fella
but
in the
we've
whole
learned to
world
accept
who
him.
truly understands the subtleties
you
of
know.
my culinary creations. So, why don't you let me teach you?
no.
Starting with your old favorite, Schnitzel.
Really?
Nice try, Pierre. Not me this time.
Really? Teach Truff how to cook?
I mean, he's got the strange human hands for it, so.
Thank you. Without the help of his human friends,
Alright. Alright. I'll go find something. Real question, Grim. Can I save?
Truff's gratitude is huge, enormous.
Oh, we didn't do a whole lot, really, Truff.
Theoretically, it would have auto-saved recently, but
Not
I
nearly
don't
as much as
know.
you did. Plucking up the courage to set out and find
Obviously
Mitch in the
not.
first place.
Well, I'm glad I have autosave.
Well, Mitch, I guess we'll be leaving Truff in your capable hands.
That you will, and thanks again. Be careful out on the road there, won't you?
I mean, when do people have pity on me at Smash Night anyway?
I think
Not
Truff's
saying
going to
they
be all
should,
right now.
but like,
Don't you?
you know,
Yeah.
when do
With Mitch
they?
to help him, he'll be just fine.
Of course you
See,
will.
all's well that ends
How
well,
could the
and I'm
people
gonna
of
end up
Inferno
dead
not
too.
welcome such a pair? I do so love a happy ending.
Alright, what's going to be the end of me? Hello, Yeti. I said hello, Yeti.
What's the plan?
It's the best way to die. I feel like defaulting doesn't help too much because we take less damage, but maybe it'll work? Oh, hold on. Yeah.
You are about to witness my true power. Ready or not?
There we go. That'll do. That'll do.
Okay.
Yeah. It's actually gonna be hard to kill him.
Prepare to meet your maker. Knows no bounds.
Oh, and we can also use things at a lower HP.
This is going to hurt. Ready or
Jeez, he's a tanky bastard.
going to hurt. Give them no quarter.
Want to see what I can really do?
Holy moly. Well, he was a tanky bastard.
Primordial forces consume you!
Check this out.
Uh-huh, well, it landed on the first one, so whatever. It's fine.
I'll take the hit.
That can't have been nice.
Hey, you okay? No big deal. I'll take the hit.
I didn't think this would be as hard as it is. Oh, can you body slam yourself? You can. Okay.
Like this.
That helps. That helps.
Hey, you okay?
You are about to witness my
Don't
true
question it,
power.
Ramen. It's fine. There's nothing weird here. Everything is okay.
I'll take the hit. No big deal. Hey, you okay? I'll take the hit.
Brace yourself.
Alright,
To play
getting
my
there.
trump cards.
Primordial forces consume you! Maelstrom of magic assail you! Primordial forces consume you! Maelstrom of magic
His magic defense is higher than I expected. And there you go, Grim. There you go. Game over for my crimes. And now we know you can body slam yourself.
Yeah, you did it!
Which I wouldn't have expected. You can. Okay, part of chat. I'm glad Truff was able to find his friend. Me too. Mitch is a nice guy, huh? He really is. Something about him makes me feel, I don't know, happy? Perhaps if more humans were like Mitch, Truff would not have had such a hard time. Sadly, that's not quite the case. Well, people are always going to be scared of things they're not familiar with, right? It's only natural. But with a good friend by your side, you can overcome anything, eh? Yeah, all it takes is a little time to get used to things and an open mind. And if Truff gets to be as good a cook as Mitch, that won't hurt either. It's nothing like sitting down to eat together to make folks forget their prejudices. Speaking of which, I'm starving. You too. How about it, guys? Food break? Yes, we can toast the future success of Truff and Mitch's endeavors while we eat. There you go. Really? That doesn't smash that rock? Okay. Paper's Mind is cool. I died. I've been reborn. With more compassion in my heart. Can we just have him wear gloves so he doesn't have the weird human hands? Can that be the middle ground we meet at? Can I smash snowmen? No. Rude? Oh, come on. Okay, from a design perspective, why does he have shockingly human hands but hooved feet? Shouldn't it be pig hands, pig feet? Human hands, human feet? That's a little blustery. No. Oh. Things aren't running. Okay, next boss.
You have to die at the next boss and fight.
It's... we might be in over our heads if it's an area that, they're not running away. It is possible we don't hit a boss tonight, or today, and because I'm only probably going for another like 20 minutes or so, so it is possible we don't hit a boss today. If that happens, I'll try to make a note to myself. If I miss it, I absolutely owe you a death. Like, if I miss that, you could be like, Viper, you missed it, you owe me a death, and I'll be like, yes, I absolutely do. I will not miss it intentionally, I assure you. Oh, you guys will remember, cool. As long as somebody reminds me, like, hell yeah. But I'm just a forgetful person, is the issue. But, like, as long as somebody's like, Viper, you forgot to do this, be like, yeah, absolutely. Don't forget the things you've done today. I don't know what y'all talk about. I definitely think we might have to come back here, though. Yeah, there's that counter physical. Wow. It is just bad breath, isn't it? It straight up counters with bad breath. Okay, water, not super weak to. This may not be super ideal. They can still be body slammed. Okay. Okay, so it was him, then her. Cool.
You have my thanks.
Thank you. This'll make you feel better.
Slightly better. Slightly better. We're still at super negative BP, so we still might die, but... Oh, and she's got Dread, so she wasn't even getting BP back. Ugh. I'm sure we'll be fine. In a slightly dead way. Gloria's holy. Oh, hey, lethal leap. Nice. We're steadily losing creatures, but Viper's doing fine. Viper's doing absolutely okay. Weak to fire, weak to lightning. It's just nobody's weak to Blizzard. Just blast him with something. End them. Yeah, you would do that, wouldn't you? Well,
This'll make you feel better. You have my thanks. I live to fight another day. Thank you.
and oh,
Sorry.
well, we won.
Yet greater.
Well, that was certainly intense. Haha, I was about to say, you best be coming down. Jeez, I should have just embraced it. Yeah, I think we're gonna come back
The
here.
advantage is theirs.
Still don't even know what they're... Oh, they gotta be... Oh, heck.
Prepare to meet your maker.
Heck.
My might knows no bounds. It's
I'm sure we'll be fine.
It's now or never. Brace yourself.
Stop it. Stop it.
All right then.
Yeah, we'll come back to this one. The fact that we are quite a bit overleveled for what's normal, but we're not overleveled for here is worrying.
Did you see that? I'm amazing.
I like how the counter is still over his head, just like, guys. Large experience orb. Adele's in last place for EXP, so there you go. And one small JP orb. I guess. Which is a little later, I think. Did it this time. Okay. We can give it a go, but let's now that we know what we're up against, let's go in healed a bit better. And it seems like you get an asterisk for it, so like definitely seems like there's good things to have happen. But also everything hurts a bit. If you kill them instantly, yeah. I imagine that's how it goes. Well, you know, I'm just here mastering all my jobs. It's fun. Having heckin' job options, yo. Sneaky sneak. Actually getting the hits ahead of time might help too.
Want to see what I can really do?
We gotta get the two big guys burning a bit.
Reduce my enemies to ashes.
Yeah, mistake. 300k HP? Jeez. Yeah. The fact that the 4 ads have axolotl levels of HP is kind of insane. It's progress. That's for sure progress. It's not going to kill both of them, and we might get countered.
Try this besides.
Nope, we made it. Okay.
What's the plan? Okay. Prepare to meet your maker.
And now it's time to just punch. We should be okay. HP on those eyeballs.
Here I go. See how you like this. Let's go.
Okay.
This is
All
interesting.
killer, no filler. Not cold at all. Definitely not. Booster buns, though. Honestly, just going through the game fighting stuff with the rare item finder on, it's a great way to just get booster buns. Like, yeah, you get a variety of them. Did I not use this? There we go. Aim. I think we were going to do some aim to Viper, too. And can't see anything with the wind. Oh, there's a tree over there. I ain't gonna mess with that right now.
I'm up, huh?
Go freehand. We know they won't counter it at least. 8 full 5. 3. 5 2 3. 4. Oh, not bad. How about we go better?
Too easy.
Use a bit of HP, but make sure they die. It's a pretty forest, I'll give it that. Like, it looks nice. We've outmaneuvered them. Well, they just stole a bunch of our mana and stuff, but whatever. Honestly, not a terrible crit. We're gonna counter something, right? No. Kinda worked. Alright. Stinky, but alright. Doom can't happen if I kill them all first, right?
Does that feel better? I live to fight another day.
Want to see what I can really do?
No, just take some basic spells.
Come and get it.
I was gonna smack it with the sword, but I was like, it might absorb. Things are dropping JP orbs, though. This is the first time in the game I think I've ever found one that wasn't from a chest that was set, a side quest, or the boat. Things are actually just dropping JP orbs. Doesn't really matter where we put them. Just slightly speed up somebody. I can wind, though. I'm not going to actively try to avoid too many battles, but I'm also not exactly going to be going for full exploration right now. We need to use the tent. I think we're okay. As long as this is a save point before the actual boss. Okay, he's down there. And I'm blind. Ooh, why hello there. Yeah, I'd like a shield on my tank game. I don't know why you're so adverse to this. Or I guess we could just go back and farm up way more ice brands. Start dual wielding ice brands instead. That's the obvious thing to do. The game says the way to go is that way. Well, that's a different path. Alright, backtracking. Seems like we don't have to go through this whole thing to do the side quest. Kinda just over here. We still might have to go further in for more or something. Moon Clover. Oh, no, that's it. Alright. There's still more to this dungeon, so I'm sure there's a... Hit the sword button. I'm sure those will be a reason to come back at some point.
Here I go.
But that wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Just one? Oh well. Well, we did really well last time, and that was all 1 to 2s. Alright, it's time to use some HP, yo. And a 2, and a 3, and a 4.
That was a piece of cake.
Just in case they lead, we'll do that. How did you... Okay.
Batten down the hatches.
Okay, I'm glad they didn't freeze them.
Nothing. No big deal.
I'm gonna have to deal with Doom. Can Purify... Purify Doom? We'll find out.
Let's see.
No! It cannot. Good to know. Who needed mana anyway?
Prepare to meet your maker.
Firebird. Firebird. And then just attack. Replies for buffs and debuffs. Oh, okay, gotcha. Not for status effects. Good to know. Just go big. Double counter magic. Maybe not ideal. Maybe not. Who cares? You're dead.
Looks like we did it.
Another small JP orb. Alright, that was interesting, but also get me the hell out of here. But also, yay, subquest. Give me that. I hit the wrong button. That's fine.
Glenn,
Let's get
we
too
brought
hot.
you some moon
Of
clover.
course.
This is the right stuff, isn't it?
Oh, I hope so.
Sure, it is all together. Thanks, you lifesavers, you. I'm coming, Glyn. Just a little longer now.
Are you all right?
Sure, just... He's been asleep all this time, and well... What if it's not a dream he's been having, but one long, horrible nightmare?
Guess we should have thought about that before he downed all
Still,
of it.
Can't be worrying about all that just now. I need to make a start
Snap,
on
I
mixing
feel.
up the goods.
We'll find out. I probably should have healed first if that's the case, though.
Voila! One batch of Dream Snoozer fresh from the mortar. Listen,
That you want us to go in?
Certainly.
Yeah.
What can we do for you?
You couldn't keep a watch over me and Glyn here while we're sleeping, could you?
We were worried you might not come back either.
Well,
Well,
there
what do we
is
do about
that,
that?
but it's more that I can't bear the thought of no one being here to keep an eye on him, what with the state he's in and all.
I hope you don't mind me saying this, but aren't you forgetting the other villagers? If you don't come back either, they won't have a mayor to look after them.
Ah, sure, they'll be grand altogether. They've no need for stupid old me.
Something tells me they beg to differ, you know.
Yeah, they might.
Oh. Look, why don't you let us go instead? You're the only one who can make this medicine anyhow. If you don't make it back, no one can go after you.
Well, now that's just... but I can't just...
Seriously, don't worry about it. Whatever's going on in
Yeah,
there,
I'm sure we can handle it.
We'll bring your brother home. I promise.
And then you can reward us with an asterisk. I mean, an asterisk as a reward. I mean, you know, if you feel like it. Could possibly go wrong in taking drugs. I know. Nothing ever. Not in this game. Not in any game. Well, I'm guessing we don't fight him for the asterisk, but we fight something in the dream, and he's like, "Oh, here's your reward. Once you enter the dreamland, you won't be able to return for a while." I'm down to do this, but I think we'll start with it later. Because we're getting very close to the time I want to break for food. So we will do that. But I think we'll do it for tonight's stream. That's the first time they stood up and like, this could take a little bit. So we're going to try to make it to the town we're supposed to resupply. Oh, you can actually come at me too. Okay. So I guess we're honestly just starting to find things that are like, nah, you haven't overleveled all of us. So I want to make it to the real town just to stock up. Would allow you to grind in the field. Which again is fine, but it seems like midway through there would be a weird place to leave off. Excuse me, not the worst place, but a weird place. Fine, take down the Yeti. He counters Fizz. Screw it, man of everyone. Well, we got a 5, then we got a 2. We got 2 5s in that set, so honestly it's good.
Time to play my trump cards.
Fire. Then slap him.
Eat sorcery. Away and fire your heat. How? Another one bites the
The world map. It is weird. That's honestly weird. I won't dispute it. They could easily have rotated them slightly to make it applicable, but they didn't. Oh hey, nasty surprise. We actually haven't been finding as many trapped chests. Also, does anybody know if it's a set thing, like certain chests are trapped, or if it's just a random chance? Okay, we'll toss a magnifying glass there, and then pummel it with vest. It's a set thing. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, they're undead. They know how to fix that.
We must not grow complacent.
Let's just go Kira. Honestly, should take him down. The off chance it doesn't smack him. Apparently resistant to magic. By a lot. I guess I could have just gone light, but figured I'd be sad. Smack it anyway. We might be taking our ice brands off around here.
Okay, what's the plan?
Might be a smart idea. 3,800 crit. Ooh, that feels good though. That's the good thing about that heavy armor. Destroy him with the heckin' body slam. I guess body slamming yourself would just be like finding a wall and just like, I guess.
You okay, Adele?
I'm sure this place used to be a lot colder. There was a huge glacier right there. No trace of it now, though.
I can't possibly imagine how that could happen.
Could it have melted? That might explain the
Eating
sudden
yourself in the
change in
ground.
the sea
True,
levels.
true. Mm-hmm.
The wisdom of the line of Musa lives on in you, I see.
Huh? Who said that?
Aye, down here.
Whoa.
Aw.
It's some kind of weird lizard.
It's very rude to call us lizards, I'll have you know.
Alright, this is already my favorite character.
Gwilym!
Sorry, Adele.
Hey there, little guy. It's been a while.
A small dragon.
Sure. We, ran into each other once or twice when I was in the area.
Yeah, we get it. You were born and raised here. You were childhood friends. We understand.
You
I don't know why you're
understand us
hiding.
And can
but-
speak our language. You're a dragon, aren't you?
A dragon? Like a monster from a kid's story?
First lizard, now monster. You're not very nice, are you?
I mean,
I am mighty Gwilym, of the ancient and venerated Draconic line.
And what brings you this close to town, mighty Gwilym?
The stink of death, actually.
Uh-oh.
I followed it here all the way from home.
What do you mean, the stink of death?
Well, how can I put it? It's like the smell of lots of life disappearing. Human life, to be precise.
well,
Can I come with you? I want to go and see what's been going on for myself. Oh, I'm also supposed to tell you.
In you go.
yeah, she really is for some reason.
Wait, I need to tell it.
She clearly doesn't want us to know she's from here for some reason. I don't understand why,
You just
but
stay
okay.
nice and quiet in there, okay?
On Hitman game. That must be, yeah.
How very dare you? Did you not hear the part about me being of the noble Draconic line?
It doesn't look exactly like the real one.
Oh, quit being such a baby. It won't be for long.
Gwilym is now accompanying the party. Awesome. Oh, party chat. A frosty welcome. You know what? I've just remembered a story Lady Emma told me. Warning you though, it's a wee bit scary. A traveler got caught in a terrible blizzard and sought shelter in the first town he came across. He found a fireplace there and went to warm himself beside it. When all of a sudden his nose fell clean off his face. Ew, what kind of story is that? His nose had frozen up in the cold, and it must have warmed too quickly in front of the fire. It melted right off. Guess we do need to be careful. The weather around here can be brutal. But not as cold as I was worried it might be, I have to say. You think it could have something to do with another crystal? Who knows? Maybe we'd best hurry to Rheimdall and find out, eh? Our wee lizard friend certainly seems to think something funny's afoot. You heard what he said. They don't like being called lizards. And the people around here worship dragons like gods, so try not to call him that in front of any locals. Speaking of, Gwilym, how's he doing? I think he's asleep. It does look pretty comfortable in there. Ah, very godlike. You have yourself a nice little snooze, eh, wee man? There'll be story once we get in here, but I want the shop. The shop and the boat lady. We need those. So I can stock up on gear and supplies. I can get ready to order some food. Or make some food. I haven't decided. I'm tempted to order something. But it's not set in stone yet. We'll decide in the next, 10 minutes. I could order Thai food. I could order hot nudes. Or I could just make something.
The ultimate flavor experience.
Exactly. So I'm not sure yet.
Well, nothing much seems amiss round here. Looks like a nice, safe, normal little town to me.
Oh yeah, nothing will be wrong here.
Looks can be deceiving. This is where the death smell's coming from for sure. Ugh, that stinks of it. Oh, while I've got your attention, I'm supposed to...
I thought I told you to stay in there and be quiet.
She's so subtle.
No, wait!
The subtlety is deafening.
Have you heard? They found another fairy.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Another one? It beggars belief. Yeah, they're just about to call upon the Lord's judgment now.
Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, immediate alarm bells. In a Bravely game? Yes. Absolutely. This ain't my first rodeo, y'all.
I take back what I said about this place being normal.
But didn't the fairies all disappear many years ago?
I don't know, didn't you literally say the exact same thing about dragons like a minute ago? But
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, at least I heard they did.
They mentioned
said the word,
Lord's
yeah.
judgment. Does that mean they're going to ask some kind of god to help them?
That would be my guess, yeah. But this being Rheimdall, they'd be asking a dragon.
Cool. Ask the dragons to take care of the
They
fairies.
have
That
those
sounds
instead of gods here.
fair.
I've never heard of anything like this happening here before, though.
What is it with snowy northern towns and having intimate relationships with dragons? Be it, you know, praising them or hating them.
Guess we better go take a look at this.
If they don't play
judgment
Pokemon?
for ourselves.
Suppose not. Skyrim is why. Did Octopath have it too? White dragons are just abundant? I guess so, yeah. No side quest, but a thing. Still, we want the shop. Games with it. Oh, okay. Well, they did it in Final Fantasy 2, actually. Yeah, I guess it just seems that way. I guess snowy towns and dragons go together. Like, it's not a bad thing. It's just noticeable. So they want us to go this way so we can hit the story bit. I don't want to hit the story bit. I want to go shopping. Okay. I'm all for the story, but I really just want to get some shopping done before I save and get food. Well, yeah, that's the thing. I was originally referring to 14. Fire. Yeah, true. But multiple people have been like, it's warmer than it should be. So we may not see the fire.
Stand accused of the most heinous of crimes.
Oh.
That of being a nefarious fairy in disguise.
So it's a cold northern town that has an intimate relationship with dragons, and it seems like the clergy's out of control and killing people. Cool.
But, Bishop Helio, I never...
Hush, child. I pray as fervently as you do that these abominable accusations are
Skyrim,
proved
Salem edition.
false. But though a single drop of wine tainteth a pail of clearest water, still doth the blemish remain. Such is the nature of suspicion.
So I guess they're going to shove her off, and if she flies back up, she's a witch. I mean, a fairy. A fairy.
And
The Heavens Word 2, Electric
we turn
Boogaloo.
to the purifying judgment of the holy,
that your innocence might be demonstrated beyond all doubt. Call upon the Lord of Dragons,
no, that was
who
wrong.
watcheth o'er us all. Ask of him that your guiltlessness be confirmed.
Witch hunt logic. Yeah.
All right.
We're suspicious. The only way for us to test if you are what we say you are is to kill you, and if you live, you're what you say we are. You're what we say you are, and then we have to kill you. Like, okay. Yeah, if she drowns, she wasn't a witch, and if she doesn't drown, you just have to find another way to kill her because she's a witch.
I hereby call upon your judgment. Lord of Dragons, watch over me!
Lord of Dragons, watch over us all!
Lord of Dragons, watch over us all!
What's going on here? This doesn't feel right.
It probably shouldn't. Yeah. Oh. Well.
She jumped! Lord of Dragons, watch over us all!
Lord of Dragons, watch over us all! Why are you all just standing there?
She jumped, damn it!
Happy Town.
Straight into the arms of the Lord.
Oh,
That she might be judged and found free of sin.
man.
But she'll
They'll die. Yes,
Her
that's the.
faith is strong. She will be returned to us soon enough.
Ooh boy, this is fun times here. All right, cool outfit.
Dominic.
Cool outfit.
But how can you be sure?
How dare you ask such a thing? And of the Archbishop, too.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's not an asterisk at all. I don't know what you're talking about.
Come, children. We cannot expect these wanderers to know of our ways.
I mean, the chef wasn't an asterisk holder. That throws everything out the window. Who could possibly ever tell?
Welcomes you with open arms, friends.
Yeah, until you expect us or suspect us of being a fairy, then you're gonna have us jump off a cliff.
Join me
You know?
at the Hall of High Holies. There I will teach you a little of his draconic majesty.
Celestial Mancer.
My sister
Yeah.
was no fairy. How could they?
If this is what they're up to, it's no wonder the priest stinks so bad.
This wasn't the first time, was it?
No.
Not even close, I'm afraid.
Sounds like we need to go and ask a certain someone a few questions.
Yeah, we could go there,
You
or
sure we want to just go barging in there?
It's not
Or we could go
barging in if he
shopping.
invited us, is it?
It's fair. He did invite us.
About the fire crystal.
Yes. Come on.
Guess, but like, there's better ways to deal with that than throwing people off of cliffs, or worse, convincing them to throw themselves off. Where's the shop again? Cool. All right. And then we got the boat up there. Yeah, cool. All right, we got goods for you. What do you got for us? Hopefully some good stuff. Pretty sure these, like, they list them as just sellables, so we're just getting them out of the inventory. I'd honestly just let them stack up because I don't even sell for much. But I'm honestly just selling them because it'll be easier to get to the JP orbs and foods. That one sold pretty nicely. Not of Bravely fans. Bravely fans playing Among Us. I don't have any Zeus's Wrath, but that's okay. Doing good on remedies. I feel like if we have over 20 of a status curing thing, we're probably okay. That includes Phoenix Downs. Honestly, high potions have proven to be kind of useful. But we don't need any more regular potions. And at the price, there's no reason not to just buy a ton of those. Still 13 tenths, doing okay there. Air Knife. Not immediately better on anyone. Ice Brand is just too good, but it's ice damage. Alistair. Honestly, we had a good amount of the stuff from here. Oh, not the bows. But we already got... I'm not going to buy the quick draw bow because we already have access to Ancient. Oh. I have to use quick draw. You know what, actually, I take it back. It's got an effect. We probably still won't use it, but... Trees. Ooh. Chance of stealing increased by 15%. See, that's what we needed. That's what we needed. Okay, so if we end up going stealing, that's what we're going to use. And... Charm immunity. Instant death and doom immunity. Okay. Since we're not trying to steal right now, we'll hold off on those. A Mantite shell. Nice. Gold, silver money because they had a purpose. Oh. Too late. Too late now. Yeah, we'll buy one. tactician's hat. And headband. How do we pronounce that? Eisenhut. Protector. Adamant armor. Let's get another one of those. They're a little weighty, but they're pretty decent. And we'll get 2 Thief's Gloves, because if we're ever going to use them, we're going to dual wield them. Van Braces. Sense Gloves. Yeah, honestly, we might need more Charm Immunity at some point. Or this one. Alright, still got a little bit of money left. Not shabby. Oh, party chat. Party chat it is. This cannot continue. What the heck is going on here? That woman jumped and nobody did anything to stop her. Now, if anything, people seem to think that what those priests were doing was praiseworthy. Rymendell's always been a super religious place, but this is different. Something changed here since last time I visited. We get it, you were raised here. I don't know why you're hiding it. Yeah, none of this is part of the teachings. None of this is what Dad wants. Did you see in those people's eyes the fear? Yeah, but who wouldn't be scared? I thought I might be next in line. I'd be frightened too. And I certainly wouldn't be taking the risk of complaining about what was going on. I don't have any choice but to go along with all this fairy hunting craziness. And the more they go along with it, the worse it will get. This can't continue. The stink of death will only be getting worse if this is what they're up to. And they're doing it to themselves. Sometimes I really don't understand humans. This place used to be so peaceful. Yep, we're literally ending like right now. We finished our shopping, we got to New Town. We're just gonna go find the boat lady who should be here to set off on a boat. But yeah, that's what we're doing. Ended up going a little longer than I expected, but this is a good stopping point. So yeah, sorry to leave right as you get back, Mint, but thank you all for tuning in, thank you all for watching. I hope everybody had a good time. When we start back up, we'll probably backtrack to that side quest and do that. I don't think I'll be able to start early tonight. I might be able to start early tomorrow, though. Let's see. Weeknights is a little harder, but on the weekends and Friday nights it's a little easier, so we'll see. I make no promises one way or another, but I'm going to plan to start at the usual time. I will forget, but somebody will remind me. So, thank you, because I will forget that. I had already forgotten that, so... Yeah, we'll almost certainly be doing a midday tomorrow, and we might be able to start earlier tomorrow night. Past that, I know we're doing Saturday night. I don't know if we're going to do midday Saturday or not. I don't know. Sunday, still Odin Sphere's in the lead. That could change theoretically, but it seems like it's holding its lead, so it's probably Odin Sphere. By the start of stream, or by the end of stream Saturday, that's when the poll closes. So, like, when I'm doing my wrap-up for Saturday night stream, I'll go check the poll and be like, this is the game for Sunday. Hard stop. And I haven't planned anything for next week yet, because I don't know whether we're going to do a second week of this, or if we're going to be like, I'll start going off-camera and we'll go more towards standard stream stuff. For sure, Tuesday's finishing trophies. I finished 2 of the areas with treasure hunting last night, so one more post-stream night of me just doing Monster Hunter stuff while watching YouTube, it'll be good. So we'll take the pictures Tuesday and finish the trophy. That's the plan for Tuesday. Past that, I'm not sure yet. Though, nonetheless, thank you everybody for hopping by, everybody in chat hanging out, having a good time. I have been really lax with tossing raids lately, and that's going to continue right now because I'm very hungry. So I'm going to go just order some food. We got ourselves a monster, a quote, a Discord, and I don't even know what sound effect to do. I got nothing. So we're going to do a...
Tell me, for whom do you fight?
Do it to myself for once.
And do you believe in Eorzea?